So welcome back to the channel. It's the 16th of March 2017, day 3 of the Cheltenham meeting, and we just watched Ruby Walsh winning on 3 of Willie Mullins' horses. Brilliant racing, but I'm more interested in the 7:15 at Chelmsford City, the 5 furlong sprint handicap, and it's a class 3 event, pretty good racing, and these are decent sprinters in the race. So let's have a look at one or two things. First of all, we've got one or two that are not showing on the screen, and that's Monumental Man and Top Boy, and we'll have a look at those a little bit later. Now what we're doing today, we're upping the stakes to the proper level 2 betting staking plan. And if you notice in recent videos, even though we're on level 2, we've been playing with stakes that have been a little bit smaller than we should have been playing with, and that just to give you confidence building into level 2. You don't want to go too quickly too soon, but now we've had a few decent wins on level 2, then we can start increasing the stakes to the proper amount. So if you've come through level 1 and you're moving into level 2, your confidence is high and you've got the money in the bank, then we can start playing for level 2 reality. And the horse we're going to play on today is quite an old horse by the name of Sylvanus. Now I'm going to put the form up in a little while, but you can see already that we've backed the horse at an average price of 71.98, just under £10. We've got a little bit left in up there that didn't get taken, so that would take it over £10, and we've laid just £1 off at 50 so far, and we've got another £10 being laid off here at 50 and 48, £5 on each of those. And if those get taken, then we will already have won the target for the day of £5, and that'll be locked in to the race. So let's just click on the 10, and I can put that in, say at 48, and you can see that gives me 158 potential profit and £1.20 in the market. And if we again hedge the market, we're going to get around about £5 at that kind of prices. So that's going to take care of the target for this particular race. But what we're hoping to do is to increase the potential profit in the race by doing a few more trades up at 75, 80, 85, even 90, 95 if it goes that far. Now the form of Sylvanus, it's won at this track 4 runs ago, and then it's had 3 disappointing runs. But if you go back to the previous videos, we've looked at the form of horses when they've had decent form and then tailed off with recent runs, and that's where you get your big prices from. So you're not going to get big prices for horses with recent form. These are horses that have won the race and then for one reason or another they've just run lackluster, or the trainers just let them come off the boil for a little while, and then we get this big price again. And the horse has dropped back to its winning mark at Chelmsford. And the other reason that we're looking at this horse in particular is the draw. When it won at Chelmsford 4 runs ago, it was actually drawn wide, and in this race it's drawn on the inside. Now we have got problems with this horse here, Bosham, who will go off, probably make the run in, and Sylvanus won't be able to dictate in the race. But at the prices here, then we can certainly look at trading in this region, and we can try and build up some sort of stake, lock in the profit, build up some sort of stake, and try and win more than the £5 that we are targeted to do in the stakes banks. We've got a few other horses in the race. Uphaven is not a bad sort, neither is Dr. Sardonicus. In fact, there's not really any bad horses in here. They're all pretty decent animals. Stepper Point is a Group 2 winner a few years ago and has dropped quite alarmingly in the ratings, badly out of form. And if you notice, even though it's badly out of form, it's trading at 21, which is a good deal lower than Sylvanus, which only won 4 races ago. Now I'm going to switch a couple of horses over, so I'm going to switch over Justus 2 to Monumental Man, and you can see I've put a target price in there for Monumental Man at 38. I might just move that up slightly, and we've also got Top Boy in there as well. So that's the current state of affairs, we are going to try and trade Sylvanus. Monumental Man, if that goes out a bit further, we'll try and trade on that one as well. So I'm going to move that more into my eye line in the centre, and then we've got that position. I'm going to take that out because we are more or less up to that target market. Remember, the penny in the market is just to tell me when it hits a certain price. It's not really anything to do with the bet inside of it. It's just to trigger the audio alert to tell me that the price has been reached, that I think we might get some trades. And you can see we've got some other prices in the market here that have been alerted. So stepper point 36, I was hoping that was going to be a bit bigger because of its poor recent form, but that's come in to 21, so we're not going to bother with that at the moment. Foxy Forever, again, that's hit the target market price, but again, because it's got a bad draw and it's near the bottom of the weights, then we're hoping for a much bigger price on Foxy Forever. So the one that I'm happy to trade is Sylvanus. Now, do I think Sylvanus will win the race? No, possibly not. But do I think I can trade it at high prices, get some potential profit in there, and win the target profit for the day? Almost certainly yes. So that's the state of affairs. We are about 2 hours 18 minutes away from the race. Like I said before, that's what we're going to do. We're going to try and trade at 75, 80, 85, and then lay it off at 50, 48, something like that. And as we get closer to post time, we'll just reduce that tick from 70 to 60 and do the scalping method with that. So that's the plan of action for today. Hopefully you'll join us after we've looked at the form. We'll look at the form now, and then we'll come back and we'll have a look at the late stages of the race, see what we've traded, see what we're going to do in running, and see how things pan out with the race. So this is the form of Sylvanus. Now you can see that the horse is a 12-year-old, so we need to take recent form into consideration. We don't want to be going too far back to its 9-year-old, 10-year-old career. When these horses age, we have to take very recent form, and we can do that as an 11-year-old on October the 27th at Chelmsford. Didn't have any races on the all-weather in handicap company as a 10-year-old, so we're basing it on this performance here on October the 27th. And you can see the horse actually won the race, finished first of 12, and the price on the day was 25 to 1. Now its rating, official handicap rating, was 82. The average race rating of the race was 81. So we're going to take that race into consideration when we're looking at this race here. Again at Chelmsford, 5 furlongs the distance, and we'll come to these figures in a little while. Now the next race that it ran at was at Wolverhampton over 5 furlongs. Up 3 in the official ratings and same class. And again you'd expect the horse to run a reasonable race, and it did that, beaten 2 lengths by Zach Brown, which has gone on to win a few races since that run. So that was another decent performance. And then it ran at Newcastle here on January the 21st. Now again you'd expect it to be competitive. It ran no sort of race, finished last of 8, beaten 5 1/4 lengths. And then on February the 8th ran again at Chelmsford, official rating 84, so up 2 in official ratings and up 1 in class. So again we're expecting a reasonable performance, but the price on offer here is not that impressive. So 7 to 1, we're not really interested in that price, and we could probably give the horse a miss there. So we come to today's race in March the 16th, Chelmsford, 5 furlongs, rated 82, and the class of the race is 86. Now we've got to ask the 2 important questions that we looked at in the previous video. First of all, is the horse capable of running well or even winning the race? Well, based on this run on October the 27th, I'm going to say yes, it is capable of running well in the race. Now you can see the class of the race is 86, which is a good 5 above its rating here at Chelmsford. So we are stretching the limits of its class, but it's not out of the ordinary that the horse can run well. Now the other consideration that I'm looking at here is, here on October the 27th at Chelmsford, the horse was drawn 11 of 12, and it had to come right from the outside on the bend to take up the running, and it won first of 12. Now today's race at Chelmsford, we've got that little bit extra class in the race, yes, that's certainly true, but the horse is drawn on the inside, it's drawn 3. So we can expect Sylvanus to break away, run up with the pace, and possibly be in with a shout with a furlong left. Now whether it holds on in the race is open to question. I certainly think that it's going to run a decent race, and the second question we're going to ask is, do we get good odds for trading on this horse? And you can clearly see from the previous video, or the video that we've just shown going into the form, that the horse is trading at 70, 75, 80 to 1, and with the possibility that it might even go a little bit higher. So we're only expecting the horse to run a decent race and certainly trade a lot lower than its current price of 75, 80. So in my opinion, it's got the form in place here on October the 27th to run a decent race. It's a front runner, it's drawn on the inside, it's almost certainly likely to drop as the race starts in the price. So we're going to be trading this quite easily at 75, 80, maybe a little bit higher, and try and build up some sort of potential profit with a view to trading the horse in running or cashing out before the race if we can get that in place. And I've no qualms about it at all. I think Sylvanus will run from the front and its price will drop from its race price before the race, so we will be able to probably trade off for a profit. So that's the form on Sylvanus, that's my thinking on this horse, and we'll go back now and see whether that is actually true, whether a horse runs from the front, whether it gets to a low price in running. Now if we build up a big profit, a potential profit on Sylvanus, we can actually raise the position of the in-running play. So normally we trade in-running at 5, 10, something like that. But if we build up a big profit on Sylvanus, we can raise that up to maybe 20, 25, something like that. We could even go a little bit higher. Depends on how much of a potential profit we build up on the horse. So that's the plan of action. We're looking to win about 5, 10 pounds, something like that on this race. That's the target stake for level 2 at this stage. So that's what we're going to do with Sylvanus. We'll go back and now have a look at the race itself. So we're now about 36 minutes away from post time, and you can see we've locked in a little bit of profit, just under £4 in total, and we had to go a little bit higher to get out. You can see our average price there was 64, so we've had to get out at 60, but we did make some trades higher up at 80, 85. So what we're going to do now, we're going to wait until hopefully we can get a price back at 85, 90, 95, and then we can start building up our in-running potential profit, so we can use the in-running strategy to maybe increase profit on this race. And now obviously because we're playing for £5 stakes, then we can get quite a big difference between the 90 and the 80, and that every time we do that, that'll give us an extra £50 to go and play with in running, and that will make our life a little bit easier. So if we can do that 3 or 4 times, that would build us up a nice potential profit to go into the race. And now you can see that if we do make a bet at 80 and try and lay it off at 70, we're actually playing with the money that we've locked in, so we're not really putting anything at risk at this stage. So we're just waiting for the price to get 5 at 80, and then we might take that price, and then we can see if we can lay that off at 70. And I'm just going to put the 5 in now, and hopefully that might get taken, and see where we go from there. So you can see we've not doing anything drastic, we're only made a few trades. You can see we've only put £18 on the bet and we've laid it off at 23. Because we're playing at high prices, we can soon build up that locked in profit of our target of £5 for this level 2 bank. So we're not doing that much in terms of doing lots and lots of trading. We just need to do a few because we've increased the stake, and we're quite happy to do that now because we've got a bit of money behind us with the few earlier trades which have brought us in some profit. So that's the benefit of increasing the stakes. You don't have to do as much in terms of backing and laying to get the price up to where you want it to be. And I've actually taken the price now at 75. There's not much on the lay side here, and there is not much on the back side, but the main thing is that I can take that in the knowledge that we're not going to be losing much, even if we do lose on the race. It's unlikely that we're going to lose anything, so I'm quite happy to take the 75. And as we get close to post time, the market's suspended. I hope this one hasn't come out. Probably hasn't. It's got a good draw. I don't see any reason to take it out at this stage. But anyway, we can carry on playing on Sylvanus. You notice I'm not putting that lay bet in the market for now, because I can afford to wait a little bit and maybe put it in at 50. So if I put that in at 50, we have 122 then playing for the in-running price. Now I've got to be a little bit careful as we get closer to post time. We're only 23 minutes off the race, and we can see this massive shift in prices, and we can see erratic trading. So you can see I've not got anything on the bet side at the moment, because we can suddenly get a massive shoot upwards, and then we'll have to deal with that from now. If I put the £5 in here, that can get taken pretty quickly, and then we're from a winning position, we're actually going to be in a losing position. So it does pay when you get closer to post time just to be a bit more flexible with your money, watch the market carefully, and just try and prize a few openings with your stake. And now I've put the £5 in at 95, because we've got this gradual take up of the bet side money. There's not that much on the left hand side, so it could easily go back down again, but we might just sneak in a bet at 95, and then we can see where the market's going from there. We're still okay with locked in profit. You can see we're still in, if we still take the hedge, we're still in profit there, so there's no real great risk on this side. If we can get one at 95, we can bring this one up to maybe 75 and put the bet in back at 80. So a little bit was taken there, but not much. Just waiting for the whole bet to be taken. So that's now been taken, and we can put that back in at 80, and because of that we can bring this one up to maybe 70. Now we are getting closer to post time, 15 minutes away, so we're just going to again be very careful.
Fully
this price
matched.
could go a lot higher in a matter of seconds, so we need to be a little bit careful. We're still in a decent position with the hedge, and we're hoping that these two will get taken and we can put some more money into the in-running play. So you can see we did have the big jump up to 140 if you look at the graph. There's no need to panic at this stage. The market is rectifying that. It's coming back down to a tradable price again, 95.90. So we haven't got any more money in this side because of that just sudden surge upwards that you sometimes get in the last 15 minutes or so of the race before the race starts. So we're going to hold on to this position. We might just lift this one up to 80 and take that position, because we still have some money in running. So I've just lifted that position, and then we might be able to trade again at the higher prices.
Matched.
So that's been taken, and we've got another 5 in the market there. Hopefully that'll get taken as well, and see what that leaves us with. Now it should leave us with £51 potential profit, and then we can try and again do that again. So we've got that locked in, £51, and now we can try and trade again, maybe at 90. So don't forget the market has shot up to 130, 140. So we need to be careful again that we're not going to be putting in too low. Let's just see what happens. We've got this 20 in here at 75. You can see the market building on this side, so I'm taking the money out and I'm going to put it in a little bit higher, maybe at 95. We don't need to rush, we don't need to do anything. We've already got our profit for the race, we've already got the money built in for the in-running play, so we can be a little bit cagey now. We don't need to do anything drastic. So just waiting for this to be taken at 95. And if the market turns, obviously we can change that, bring that down to 90 or 85 and take it from there. That money's now just being nibbled away at 95. You can
Fully
see
matched.
we're not in any problems there. We've got nearly 500 potential profit, and we can put that back in. We put that in at 95. So I'm just going to return that in at 85 and see if we can lay that off as well. If we can't lay it off, then we've still got this massive potential profit going into the race. So that's gone back in at 85. And obviously if that gets taken, then we've got time possibly to do another couple of trades. So it's pushing out again, going up to 100, 110. I'm going to leave that in at 85. We could see a big push outwards now from Sylvanus. So again, pretty erratic trading as we get close to that 5-minute mark, and I don't really want to be trading after that 5-minute mark hits. So we're getting down to that 5-minute mark, so this will be the last trade. I'm going to leave that in 85. If we can't get it taken as we get closer to post time, then I might just lay it up a little.
I'm out of here, man.
And that was the audio alert to say that the 5-minute mark has been hit. So we just got this one in. Let's hope that that gets taken fairly swiftly. So we're at post time now, and we haven't reached this 5. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to make sure we don't lose on the race. I'm going to take the pound out so that we're not losing.
Fully
and
matched.
That gives us a big in-running price of 394. Now what we're going to do now, we're going to watch and see this price here. So if we can get a decent in-running price for Sylvanus, then we're going to take that. And I'm going to have a look at trading to win £10. So I'm going to put it in at 40, and we're going to try and trade to win £10. And we'll right click and in play keep. So past post time, still on 120. We haven't been able to lay that off, so we've got a big in running price. Sylvanus is a front runner. If it can get to the front, we've got the problem with Bosham. Obviously that one's going to burst out, but it is drawn in 3, so hopeful that we could get down to 40 in running. And we're just waiting for the off now. We're a minute past post time. And that's it, the race is off. So let's see if we can get down to 40 with Sylvanus. 60, 75, down to 55.
Fully matched.
And that's it, that's taken. So it got down to 18 in running, 16. Let's see how low we can get the horse. It went down to 15, 12. 12 is the lowest so far. Still 12. Got into towards the end of the race. Down to 4.6 in running. And going back out now to 290 and up to 1,000. So the horse has lost. He went down to a pretty short price in running. 4.6 I think was the price. So the form on offer again didn't reflect the price. We've locked in a £10 profit on the race. We had a chance of Sylvanus winning 23, and all in all not a bad return for a horse that's got beat. But again, the form has proved correct, where we've got the good draw, we've got a good set of form, we're ignoring the last bits of form, and the horse has been trading very, very high and has come down to a price in running of 4.6. So again, hope you've enjoyed the video. We'll look at more strategies next time you join us, maybe looking at staggering in running, where we put 2 or 3 in running bets on, but we'll need the right conditions for that. So thanks very much for watching, and hope you'll join us for the next video. So from April the 24th, we are offering an extra service to the online series. Please be advised that tutorial videos will remain free to view. Here are just some of the benefits of the new support packages. So we've got bronze, silver and gold packages designed with you in mind. Database forms sent direct to your inbox before racing starts. In-depth race analysis to help you with trading and finding those lucrative outsiders. We can also give personal feedback on your trades through your channel. Just upload your videos and we'll give you a comprehensive feedback of what you're doing right, what you're doing wrong. Staking and starting banks advice to suit your skills and experience, and we can also give advice on fast track strategies to boost income. Now you need to act quickly, places are limited to the first 20 enquiries. To register your interest, just leave a comment under the video and we'll put that in a shortlist. If you want to check availability and to find out more about the service, go directly to our YouTube channel and click on the extra services playlist. But these videos should be on the channel before the end of March. More information will be available over the next few videos.